Dear friends and my fellow human beings, this is RK. Do you know why a software glitch is called as a bug? Recently came across an interesting piece of information which we thought we can share with you. Let's begin. It's not a bug, it's a feature. At one point or another, we have all heard someone use this phrase or a variation thereof to sarcastically describe some malfunctioning piece of equipment or software. Indeed, the word bug has long been ubiquitous in the world of engineering and computer science, with debugging, the act of seeking out and correcting errors, being an accepted term of art. But why is this? How did an informal word for an insect become synonymous with the computer error or glitch? According to the most often repeated origin story, in 1947, technicians working on the Harvard MK2 or Aiken relay calculator, an early computer built by the US Navy, encountered an electrical fault, and upon opening the mechanism discovered that a moth had flown into the computer and shorted out one of its electrical relays. Thus the first computer bug was quite literally a bug, and the name stuck. But while this incident does indeed seem to have occurred, it is almost certainly not the origin of the term, as the use of the bug to mean an error or glitch predates the event by nearly a century. The first recorded use of bug in this context comes from American inventor Thomas Edison, who, in a March 3, 1878 letter to Western Union President William Orton, wrote, "You were partly correct. I did find a bug in my apparatus, but it was not in the telephone proper. It was of the genus Calbellum. The insect appears to find conditions for its existence in all call apparatus of telephones." The Calbellum Edison refers to in the letter is not an actual genus of insect, but rather an obscure Latin joke, call referring to a telephone call, and bellum being the Latin word for war or combat, implying that Edison is engaged in a struggle with this particular hardware glitch. In a letter to Theodore Puskas written later this year, Edison more clearly defines his use of the word. "It has been just so in all of my inventions. The first step is an intuition and comes with a burst. Then difficulties arise. This thing gives out, and it's then that bugs, as such, little faults and difficulties are called, show themselves in months of intense watching, study, and labor, are requisite before commercial success or failure is certainly reached." Where Edison himself got the term is not known, though one theory posits that it originated from a common problem plaguing telegraph systems. For almost 40 years since their introduction, electric telegraphs were limited to sending a single message at a time over a single wire. As the popularity of telegraphy rose through the mid-19th century, this limitation became a serious problem, as the only way to allow more messages to be sent was to install more telegraph wires, an increasingly inelegant and expensive solution. This led inventors around the world to seek out methods for transmitting multiple signals over a single wire, a practice now known as multiplexing. By the 1870s, several inventors had succeeded in perfecting workable multiplex or acoustic telegraphs, which generally work by encoding each individual signal at a particular acoustic frequency. This allowed multiple signals to be sent along a single telegraph wire, with only a receiver tuned to the sending frequency of a particular signal being able to extract that signal from among the others. Among the many inventors to develop multiplex telegraphs were Alexander Graham Bell and Elisha Gray, whose work on sending acoustic frequencies over telegraph wires would eventually lead them to discover the principles that would be used for the telephone. In any event, while these early multiplex telegraphs worked reasonably well, they had a tendency to generate phantom signals in the form of loud clicks that reminded many telegraph operators of the sound of an insect. Thomas Edison himself patented an electronic workaround to this problem in 1873, which he referred to as a bug catcher or a bug trap, suggesting this phenomenon as a likely origin for the term. Another hypothesis points to the word bug being derived from the Middle English bugge, B-U-G-G-E, meaning a frightening thing or monster. This root is also the source of the English words bogeyman, bugaboo and bugbear, the latter originally referring to a malevolent spirit or hobgoblin, but today used to mean a minor annoyance or pet peeve. Whatever the case, Edison's frequent use of the term in his letters and notebooks led to it being widely repeated in the press, with a March 11, 1889 article in Pall Mall Gazette reporting, Mr. Edison had been up the 2 previous nights working on fixing a bug in his phonograph, an expression for solving a difficulty and implying that some imaginary insect has secreted itself inside and is causing all the trouble. Edison and his so-called insomnia squad's habit of staying up all night to fix particularly stubborn technical problems was of particular fascination to the press, with Munsey's magazine reporting in 1916. They worked like friends when they were fishing for a bug. That means that they are searching for some missing quality, quantity or combination that will add something towards the perfect whole. The term was first formally standardized by engineer Thomas Sloan in his 1892 Standard Electrical Dictionary, which defined a bug as any fault or trouble in the connections or working of electrical apparatus. 3 years later, Funk and Mart's Standard Dictionary of the English Language defined the term for the general public as a fault in the working of a quadruplex system or in any electrical apparatus. Thus, by the early 20th century, the term was well established in engineering circles and soon began making its way into everyday usage. A notable early appearance was in a 1931 advertisement for Baffleball, the world's first commercially successful pinball machine, which proudly proclaimed no bugs in this game. Science fiction writer Isaac Asimov further popularized the term in his 1944 short story Catch the Rabbit, writing, US robots had to get the bugs out of the multiple robots, and there were plenty of bugs, and there are always at least half a dozen bugs left for the field testing. Despite being in use for over 70 years, it was not until the aforementioned moth incident in 1947 that the term bug would become inextricably associated with the field of computer science. As British cybersecurity expert Graham Clowley notes, Grace Hopper's whimsical logbook entry clearly indicates that the term bug was well known at the time. But while it is certain that the Harvard Mark II operators did not coin the term bug, it has been suggested that the incident contributed to the widespread use and acceptance of the term within the computer software lexicon. So friends, today we hope you would have understood why we call a software glitch a bug. So we hope you found this information interesting and useful. See you again in the next video. Till then, take care and bye-bye. If you like our video, please like, share, comment in the comment section, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive notifications of our video. Thank you and bye-bye.